What's up, y'all? It's your girl Esenje from Old of Esenje, and I'm back with another video. Okay, so I'm start this off with saying take what resonate and leave what don't. And when I say leave what don't, that mean if I say something that stick to you, that don't got nothing to do with you, maybe it's sticking to you so you can use it to help somebody else. But this is not a tarot reading. But it always just ends up as some large prediction based off facts. So here in Esenje in the rabbit hole, that's exactly what we're doing. We're in the rabbit hole, but I ain't gonna lie, I like to brand everything. So that's why my name always on everything, just in case y'all ever wanna wonder, like if you wonder if I'm ever gonna put out anything probably without my name on it, probably not. Like probably not. Not really, unless I don't want y'all to know that I'm doing it. But if I want to brand it, I want to brand it. Okay, so that's that. Any Sanjay in the rabbit hole, we talk about real life things. I show y'all like different processes that I go through during my research to be able to help me be able to give y'all tarot readings. That's the point of it. Like we're gonna be touching into things that's going on in our world, you know what I mean, especially in the United States by me being a United States citizen, and things that can benefit the United States. I will always be looking out and figuring out how to help Black people in the best ways that I can. Um, you know what I mean? And as I go through things, I'm gonna be teaching y'all um, things that helped me when I was going through things. So in the rabbit hole, we just happen to be like kinda in politics right now. So yeah, if you didn't watch episode 1 and 2, watch episode 1 and 2 because I always just let everything go in order. So in episode 1, we was talking about like Egyptian gods and like Greek mythology, and we was talking about time. I broke down time in the Gregorian calendar. And in episode 2, we talked about the Jim Crow laws, this word oligarchy. We talked about the Constitution. We was reading some of the amendments. We was talking about taxes. We was talking about stuff that was owed to the slaves in the end of the Civil War, the 40 acres and a mule. We learned about Union General William. I don't know how to say this name, but then after that, Sherman is his last name. He was an Aquarius. That was the person who said that we should have the 40 acres and a mule. But after the Civil War was over, President Andrew Johnson said no. He was a Capricorn, and he died during Virgo season. So, right now, we ended off with some different information because we got to look and see what the Roman Republic calendar is. I wanted to see what the word predecessor meant. For some reason, maybe I wanted to show y'all a little bit more about the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar because I really don't understand it. I don't know what they would like what was his point of making that. Berbers of North Africa, because they the one who used the Julius calendar. And the Royal Niger Company, because they're the people who like Nigeria got their freedom from in the year 1960. The company, I guess it's a British owned company, and that was who was like colonizing Nigeria, because I was trying to get into some research and see, because a man had taught me something basically telling me about how Nigeria was colonized and ruled by a white woman or something like that. I don't know if it's true. I just was looking into it. But he said because Nigerians have a certain type of pride, and he was talking about how the difference in how African people and African American people treat each other, you know what I mean? And he was talking about just basically Nigeria was not the original name of the land, and that it came from a white that the name came from a white woman. So I definitely had to write down the Royal Niger Company, because I'm like, in 1960 the Royal Niger Company, that's so interesting because Niger looked just like nigger. So that's what we about to get into. You gotta feel me. And whatever answering these questions lead us to, because that's the key to the rabbit hole. We got a destination. I always say, it's no such thing as up, only forward. If you focus on up, it's going to be a lot harder to get where you're going. And I understand that it's easy to get distracted by up. But if you just put one more foot in front of the other, just one foot in front of the other, every time you get tired, you can't see, and it's dark, you put one foot in front of the other. You never go both feet at the same time because it's dark. So you put one foot in front of the other just in case it's not a stable ground. You can retract that foot and you can put it somewhere else. Or you can put that foot in the same place that the other foot is, and you go on stable ground, and you can use the other foot to navigate and know that you're continuing to move forward on stable ground. So it doesn't matter what direction that you go, as long as you are facing forward, you'll be going forward. Um, it just hurts sometimes. So now, oh yeah, and in a video earlier that I did, y'all can go watch that because I think it's really important, because I was deep, because I had just got off TikTok. So I had saved some videos on TikTok that I wanted y'all to listen to. There's a couple of them, good stuff. Some of it is just basically somebody else saying some of the stuff that I've been saying, and I just always think that type of stuff is so interesting. Okay, so let's see. Let me turn this down first. And if I don't get paid for this episode, I guess, you know, you gotta feel me when I love you, girl. Oh, remember when I taught y'all about sundown towns? So I had to save that because I was like, okay, what's the saying talking about?
We were talking earlier about safety precautions, and I'm at the grocery store. Okay, just came back out, and it's kind of hit me that I didn't touch on everything. You can't touch on everything on one video, but one of the things that
This is Secret
wanted to
Service
say
agent.
and didn't say is get in the car and lock your door. Okay, just get in the car. Don't be paranoid. It's one thing to be precautious, and another. Okay, my algorithm has been suppressed. My videos are not getting out, but this is a warning, and we need to rally together. If you are a person of color, a black person, because this is again directly about black people, like, share, comment, boost this to the For You page because this is serious. Remember how I told you that once they were done focusing on immigrants, they were going to turn on black people? And this is why we should have minded our fucking business and stayed out of it altogether. Trump's Justice Department halts police reform agreement. Why is this a problem for black people? Because that police reform was specifically put in place in 2015 after Freddie Gray was slain, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. It basically made it so that they could keep tabs on police departments for the people that they were
Did y'all forget that we are so powerful that we was infiltrated and studied by the FBI and the CIA? Did y'all forget that last time that we had to be self-sufficient and come together, we were so powerful that they created desegregation, and also they blew up our cities all over the country? You think I care about Trump being in office? You want to know why you can't learn nothing? It's because you stuck on the fact that I don't like him. He said this, he said. I never said that I like Trump. I said we're going to do better on the Trump. Because some of y'all need to be reminded that you don't have no allies and you don't have no friends. Look at this book. Think Like a Monk. Do I look like a monk to you? I could learn something from anybody. So I'm going to progress different than anybody.
All right, so hold up. I'm going to pause that. Because I've been trying to tell y'all this. So I'm going to play this one back.
If a mermaid approaches you.
Did y'all forget?
From the beginning. And then we're going to push forward. Because this was the one right here. I felt like Shorty was eating. Like,
Did y'all forget that we are so powerful that we was infiltrated and studied by the FBI and the CIA? Did y'all forget that last time that we had to be self-sufficient and come together, we were so powerful that they created desegregation and also they blew up our cities all over the country? You think I care about Trump being in office? You want to know why you can't learn nothing? It's because you stuck on the fact that I don't like him. He said this, he said. I never said that I like Trump. I said we're going to do better on the Trump. Because some of y'all need to be reminded that you don't have no allies and you don't have no friends. Look at this book. Think like a monk. Do I look like a monk to you? I could learn something from anybody. So I'm going to progress different than anybody. You got to be playing chess. They playing chess while you playing checkers. You have to be able to understand that you can fool for anybody and that self-sufficiency is the key. And why Kamala was not going to do nothing for us? Guess who got a hate bill before us? Asians. Affirmative action was already doing away. DEI. It don't matter. We still the most qualified. And if we don't get the job for being most qualified, we're innovative. We invent our own stuff. And if you want to lock us out, we're going to create our own. Again, so successful that when we have our own, they always get rid of it. Because if they didn't blow up the towns and they didn't try to desegregate so we would be diluted and now remember what the purpose was, they built a highway through it. They put drugs in it. They put weapons in it. We've always been a threat. We've always been powerful and we've always been fighters. Don't forget that. We're going to be good no matter what. Y'all not. Did y'all forget that we are...
And now we're done with TikTok. And they flood our towns too. Like they will drown us. And it's known all the time. Like they be drowning us. They drowned us in history a lot. Like basically breaking dams and shit. And just flooding towns. And I ain't gonna lie, right now I feel like I'm on a flooded town because I'm right by like a big ass cemetery. But it's this creek that I like. And I looked in the water. I always analyze the water because it's like this thing and it's concrete. And I feel like it was a building down there. But I mean that's pretty normal if it is places for people to go and stay underground in New York. You gotta expect that kind of to be anywhere. But I mean, I really feel like genuinely, it's something going on in New York's tunnels because for them to cover their tunnels up, like I think it's pretty suspicious. Okay, so now we gotta look up. I would rather start with looking up what the word predecessor means. But they do got the whole, I don't know, because I don't know if I shared that on my Facebook. Everybody always wants to wear everything AI these days. Museum history identified. Yeah, I didn't share it. So now we're gonna look up the word predecessor. But y'all should just know that already, that it's tunnels and stuff. Knowing that it's portals in the Grand Canyon and that's why we can't go down there no more. Y'all should know that scientists like are holding certain spaces for in Antarctica for research, and that's the only way that we can't go there because there's actually no laws there. Definition of predecessor. But you think they I told you they can't make no laws in Antarctica because I already told you about the entities on the other side of the ice walls. What is the definition? Baby. Baby, don't trip. See all results. Predecessor, a person who held the job or office before the current holder. Like ex former president. Barack Obama. Okay. So we already looked into the Gregorian calendar. If you want to learn about the Gregorian calendar, you gotta watch episode 1. I'm at episode 2. It's like one of the first things I talk about. We go into the Gregorian calendar. Roman civil calendar. It consisted of 10 months, beginning in spring with March and leaving winter as an unassigned span of days before the next year. The Roman Republic calendar still contained only 355 days, with February having 28 days. That make normal, but the first one, it shows how unique it is. Attributed to Romulus himself, the Roman calendar originally was determined by the cycles of the moon and the seasons of the agricultural year. The Roman calendar is a time reckoning system used in ancient Rome. However, because the calendar was reformed and adjusted countless times, let me see what that talk about. It looked like it's so beautiful there in Rome. And y'all don't mind me today. I actually wanted to excuse myself and maybe my energy like 2-3 minutes ago, but I don't feel like it's much of a problem. But I was in my head while I was reading because I know how I could feel sometimes, like if your teacher or your professor is just kind of melancholy or whatever the case may be. But I think melancholy is the word I wanted to use. But if melancholy isn't the word, that monotone, this just the mood that I'm in, y'all, and I'm not having the best day. I wasn't having the best day. I got kind of like a little headache or whatever the case may be, but we got a job to do and we here with it. So just work with me. I'm gonna make sure we learn new things, like I said, and I'm gonna keep us in order so that when we go down a rabbit hole, we still taking and putting one foot in front of the other. Now, to everybody who's smart, please don't ask me why I'm drinking the Canada Dry if I got a headache. I like them. All right. The Roman calendar is a time reckoning system used in ancient Rome. However, because the calendar was formed and adjusted countless times over the centuries, the term essentially denotes a series of evolving calendar systems, which structures are partly unknown and vary quite a bit. Here we focus on the main calendar used in the Roman Republic, 509 to 27 BCE, also known as the Republic calendar. It is the earliest calendar system from Rome for which we have historical evidence. It was used until 45 BCE when it was replaced by a Julian calendar. Okay, so good to know they're not the same. So now I need to see what this looks like. Because the Julian calendar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 6 days in a week. But they ain't calling it weeks. It's 6 days in a week and 5, that's a 30-day declutter calendar. Please, play with somebody else. They had me fooled for a second. Let me read. Reading is so essential. According to the tradition, Mary King oversaw first king of Rome. Y'all want to know this? Romulus, the legendary first king of Rome, oversaw an overhaul of the Roman calendar system around 738 BCE. The resulting calendar was structured borrowed heavily from the ancient Greek calendar system, hit on the 10 months, with March, Martius, being the first month of the year. Okay, we're gonna write that. We gotta go to the second page. And then for us to get our notes and stuff, we're just gonna be flipping back and forth, whatever the case may be. But now we're learning about the Roman civic calendar. Excuse me. But Crafty Crab always get on my nerves. Like, they never hit with the sauce. It's always too fucking salty. And I can't eat my stuff after, like, the second days. And then, I ain't gonna lie, this time it was a little salty the first day when I was licking my fingers too much. Again, to everybody who's smart, please don't ask me why I'm still eating sea roaches. I'm a savage. Okay. That's my only answer. Okay? That's the best I got. We're gonna take some of these notes. Oh yeah, so I hope y'all remember to get y'all pencil and y'all paper. But I'm gonna take some notes, and just in case you don't got no pencil or paper, I'm gonna definitely go back over it before I move on to the next topic. That's how you learn. We gotta make sure we make stuff to make space for some stuff, other stuff. I learn different, so I'm a good teacher because like I know it's not that easy to just grasp information with people just talking. That's why y'all don't gotta put too much pressure on it, because I'm gonna make sure everything that's essential for you to know, basically based off of the direction that we're going in, or the direction, you feel me, that you would like to take. I'm gonna give good details. So now we back at it. What is the Roman calendar? Ancient Rome. All right, so we're gonna have a little blot. The Roman calendar was used in ancient Rome, so used in ancient Rome. However, because the calendar is we don't care about that. Here we mainly focused on the calendars used in the Roman Republic. Not even worried about it. The Republican calendar was derived from a line of older calendar systems, which exact design is largely unknown. It is believed that the original Roman calendar was a lunar calendar followed the phase of the moon. Okay, so let me just copy this real quick. And if y'all can keep up with me word for word as I mumble, that'd be nice. Because when you like be a fact speaking person, stuff like this is really cool. If you ever decide to want to argue with a Gemini, you're gonna need stuff like this. It is believed that the original Roman calendar was a lunar. Just in case you want to open a museum or something, give you some ooh and ahs. Was a lunar calendar. And I don't know why it take me longer to write than other people too. When people be talking, some people be getting everything somebody said. I'm like, hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. I don't like my notes to be too sloppy, because even sometimes it's hard for me to keep up. Okay, so it was a lunar calendar that followed. Excuse me. And sometimes I really don't even process the information until after I wrote it. That followed the phases of the moon. Phases of the moon. They always think they surprising you by telling you somebody live on something. Like, bro, I know that I got a human flesh, but I'm not stupid. Bacteria is living. I literally be on here like these are just a whole bunch of atoms that's put together to create something, and you only can't see it because you can't see on a certain dimensional frequency. Like you're not surprising me. If it's alive, it's alive. So what we just did is what your note should just have the bullet should have said was it is believed that the original Roman calendar was a lunar calendar that followed the phases of the moon. That's a cute little fact. Only 10 months at first. According to the tradition, Romans count the first king of Rome oversaw an overhaul of the calendar system around 738 BC. The resulting calendar, whose structure borrowed heavily from the ancient Greek calendar system, had only 3 months, with Martius being the first month of the year. The winter season was not assigned to any month, so the year only lasted 304 days, with 61 days unaccounted for in the winter. So let's see how we can small that up. According to Romulus, we're just gonna say that's just gonna be one random fact. Romulus, RMOULUS. First was after that was the first king of Rome. First king of Rome. Romulus was the first king of Rome. Oversaw and overhauled the Roman calendar system around. We don't care about that. Like, you're not taking no tests. I don't care about it if you want to say that. Okay, so he oversaw an overhaul on the Roman calendar system around 738 BCE. The resulting calendar, whose structure borrowed heavily from ancient Greek calendar, had only 10 months with March. Alright, so now we just, for me, I want to put 738 approx. 738 BCE approx. Greek calendar had 10 months. And 60. So the winter. So basically, year starts in March. People waking up is just going back, bro. It's just going backwards. March. And I'm put Martius is Martius. First month of the year. The year starts with March. The winter season not assigned any month, so the year only lasted 304 days. And 61 days unaccounted for winter. Read it back. Okay, no problem. So the first, y'all please don't ask me. Oh, sorry to chill. So the first bullet said 738 BCE approximately. The Greek calendar had 10 months. And the next bullet, which is attached to this piece of the bullet, so however you want to do that, I'm going to do one of those little things now that we mention it. But it says year starts in March, and Martius is Martius. So year starts in March, 304 days for the year, and 61 unaccounted days for the winter. I apologize. So let's keep going. Lunius. Let me count these. Republic calendar adds January and February. So if the Republic calendar adds January and February, find the calendar which follow another calendar reform which later Rome writer attributed to Romulus' successor Numa. Republic calendar was instituted. To account for the days of winter between the years, 2 additional months were introduced. Lunarius, and Februarius. We could, if it's meant for us to go over those, I'll spell them. Following some of the months named no longer agree with their position in the calendar. For example, September means the 7th month, but it was now the 9th month of the year. What? September means. That's cool. Let's do that. September means. Oh, I was born in October, so what's that? See, there's always something more to like go. I'm put a little star next to that. Because October must mean the 8th month, like octagon, right? But I just wanted to hear it. 7th month. Because October still come after, okay, September, October, November, and December still being the only ones whose name is the exact same in another language in a different time frame. I want to be younger. September, but it was now the 9th month of the year. An inconsistency that was preserved is still the Gregorian calendar we use today. A common year now divided in 12 months of different lengths, full 4 months with 31 days, 7 hollow months with 29 days, and 1 month with 28 days. Wow, cool. We're gonna put that. So a full month. Full month. Because that's what it's called, a full month. A full month. 4 full months. It's 31 days. Um, 7 hollow months. Just in case you gotta argue with somebody who's smart, you know? They got 29 days. I'm just trying to help you win. Girl, you a lot of show. The show feel. And 1 month with 28. That one don't have no name. So I'm not writing it. I just wanted to learn some vocabulary with that one. The leap month. Marcardius. Bro, don't piss me off, for real. The Republican calendar lasted 355 days, which is about 10 days shorter than a tropical year, the time it takes Earth to revolve around the sun. To keep the calendar in sync with the seasons, a leap month called Marcardius or Intercalaris was added in some years, normally every 2 or 3 years. By custom, the insertion of the leap month was initiated by the Okay, then we're going to write it because it was a high priest. So the custom and the insertion of leap month. So leap month insertion. Yeah, I'm going to use by P, and this is in lowercase even on here, PONTIFEX space MAXIMUS, the high priest. Yo, some of this shit, it is basically kind of like it don't matter, but it's just so fun to know of. And it kind of made it cool because I actually have a habit of going down a rabbit hole regardless. Y'all just don't be knowing about it because I do it by myself. So I had decided to do it with y'all. Basically, it's like killing two birds in one stone because I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole regardless. I just think it's cool that now, like, I get to do it in an organized way, and also I get to share it with y'all in a moment. College of Pontiffs, P, and the P is uppercase this time, PONTIFS. PONTIFFS in ancient Rome. They definitely gonna have to get me to a point, because right now it's just like curiosity. But I did want to learn a lot about time, and this is beneficial to know. So if we just learn a lot about like shaping how they shape these calendars and what's their inspiration and their purpose, then we learn a lot. Okay, Pontiffs in ancient Rome. However, this system was vulnerable to abuse since the Roman calendar year defined the term of office of elected officials. Roman calendar year defined the term. See, this is so interesting. Roman calendar year. Year. Define. The term of office of official. Defined by the term of the elected official. So basically, like, they could just add them up and they would be like in charge for a month longer. When Julius Caesar became Pontiff Maximus is it's a position. When Julius Caesar became, he ordered a calendar reform, which eliminated leap months and resulted in the implementation of the Julian calendar in 45 BCE, and direct predecessor of the Gregorian calendar. Predecessor means comes after, so the Julius calendar came after the Gregorian calendar. So Julius Caesar eliminated leap months and got the Julian calendar in 45 BCE. direct processor of the Gregorian calendar. Okay, the calendar highlighted the number of days in each month. Oh, hell no. Well, I guess that's not a lot to write. We can write these two things, and then we're going to get off of this. Oh no, it's 3 things to write, but then after that, we're going to get off of this and go learn a new fact because I'm almost done a whole page of stuff, and I never got a whole page of stuff done in one day. Like, more than a page of notes for one day is crazy. Not really, but it's like, a book. First days of each month, the name derived from the Greek word to announce, which may initially have been used in the ancient lunar calendar to announce the day of the new moon, or the first silver of the waxing crescent moon. Nah, we're not writing this. We're just gonna write these words. CALENDS is one. The next word is IDES. Occurred one day before the middle of each month, depending on the month's length. It fell on the 13th or the 15th. And they marked the day of the full moon. You know what? I'm gonna write this shit, and then I'm gonna put what part of the moon it go with at least. And then the last day is Nones. The 7th day fell on the 7th day of 31-day months. On the 5th day of 29-day months, marked on the first quarter moon. Okay, so Calendes, or whatever that one was, is for the new moon. Or waxing crescent. Ides is a full moon. Oh, that's so cute. Because they say itis and then like you full. And Nones is the first quarter moon. First quarter. Because what if they did get itis from that? They said, oh, moon, you so full. Because your belly get big and it get round. And after the moon get full, it basically like go to sleep. These marks will use the number that is in each month. I count backwards from the upcoming. The count always include the day of the marker. For example, 11th day of Martius would be known as 5 Ides. Okay, they read shit. They just read it different. Like, I can't explain it to you, but they definitely was it was on to something. Damn, it's more calendars. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave this page open right here. Because we still got stuff that we gotta just address already. I'll switch my marker. And then when we're done, we're gonna go back and write those things so we can learn those things. I feel like it's something in my eye. Be like, bro, I love Missy Sanjay class. She just be chilling, like, I don't remember who I was talking to saying that if I really did become a teacher, my class would be way too fun. But that's good though because I care about children. Excuse me. And if y'all wonder why I keep, because I just wanted to crack my back. But what's it called? What I went through today really just reminded me like that I really do still wanna be who it was that I wanted to be, even though it's gonna be like a little hard. You know what I mean? Um, and it's like something that you do, and a lot of people say, "Well, if you do this, you're not even gonna make no money." But like, if you do what I want to do, like, you literally gonna save people life. Like, so I don't know. Like I said, I still just don't know about going to school in the United States or whatever. I don't know about being in the United States, but I don't know if I can get out of the United States as fast as I might want to because I'm not trying to go to another country without no whole bunch of money because then I'm gonna be working there. If I work in another country that their dollar value is less, then I'm gonna just be working for less money. I definitely do see me in a Latin country, like living in the Latin country probably by the time I'm like 29 or 30. And owning a house in the Latin country and land, definitely. 'Cause I turned 27 in October. It's only January. Like, all I need is like 40, 50 bands. I could save 40 or $50,000 in 3 years. Even if I did get it for myself when I was 30. And I had it by the time I was 31. At least I still have it. Like it's something in my eye like a motherfucker. Oh yeah. Okay. Look at what you've done. Matter of fact, where you've been. I went to sleep so early last night. Um, Shout out to my body though today for not really like needing too much. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. So we just went from Rome all the way to Africa. Berbers of North Africa. Which is good because it's still in the same topic. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was mad as hell, bro. Cause the devil be working like, I'm like, bro, we choose today. Knowing damn well I gotta go teach these people tonight. I'm like, how I'm gonna do this shit? Like, I can't call off class. It's only every other day. You feel me? I'm a fucking soldier, bro. Real shit. I don't know what you won't see that you're doing for yourself, but once you see it, definitely give yourself a big ass high five. So now we're looking up the Berbers of North Africa. The Berbers of North Africa, also called Amazigh or Amazigan, are an indigenous ethnic group native to the region, considered the original inhabitants of North Africa who speak various Berber language, Tamazight, and live primarily in Morocco, Algeria, Libya, and parts of Tunisia, maintaining their distinct culture despite significant Arab influence over time. The term Berber comes from the Latin barbarus, which the Romans used to describe non-Latin speaking people, while Amazi means free people in their language, Berber. So that means, because that's once I started looking up Niger and all of that, because that means that like they're calling these people indigenous, and it may be a remainder of some of the indigenous people, but these people can't be full blood. They can't be. If they got renamed by Romans, that's just the same way how here we got renamed too. And just know you cannot find no large amount of like Native Americans, no indigenous Americans. Like we don't come in large groups, and I am not a full blood. I'm not a full blood native. So I never even met the man. Truly, I just heard that he was like, wow. Identity. They prefer to be called Amiza, singular, or Amazigan is plural, which means free people. I felt like that. So the Berbers of North America, that's basically like calling them a nigga, calling them the Berbers. So you want to call them right here, Amiza, Amazigh. That's one. And I am Azighen, and that's plural, and it means, oh my gosh, scared fucks out of me. It means free people. What year they get him this name? That motherfucking sounds like Freeman's. They speak various dialects. These belong to Afro-Asiatic family. Yeah, because North Africa. That makes sense. That's where definitely the Asians get dark skin. It gotta be like that's what they talking about. Like they saying the native people. If it's native people, it mean it go like so far back where Asian people are black. Consider the original inhabitants of Africa, predating the arrival of Arabs, cultural preservatives. Despite Arab influence, the Berbers have maintained their language and distinct cultural traditions, often living in isolated mountain and desert areas. Lives in isolated. I'm happy for them. Mountains. Yeah, so that means it's the name that the people just gave them so they could label them some shit. and Amazi and Imazigan is how they introduce themselves to outsiders. Okay, lives in isolated mountains and desert areas. Okay, you want me to write that? Located in the MAGHREB region of North Africa. Okay. Morocco. Morocco. Algeria. Algeria. Libya. Libya. And parts of Tunisia. Tunisia. Okay. I'm not gonna get too much into them, but I just know North Africa, they making these people light skinned like a motherfucker. I'm just not into believing that everybody's skin is light. That's just impossible. Even over time, white people can start getting darker. Even if they was pale, like once their skin start adjusting to the sun, they start getting darker too. It just happens over time because it comes with pain for them. Okay. Okay, so the language that they speak is predominantly Arabic. They also speak Berber languages, French and Spanish. I ain't gonna lie, this shit is beautiful. This look like that stuff. This Maghreb region in Africa look like the pictures that they be showing you when they be like, this is the Africa that you're donating to. Like this shit is beautiful. It just gave me some places I gotta go with that shit. With that shit. Like I'm trying to go. You feel me? Damn. Okay, so that's why they lighter, like I said, because they was colonized. They call that Arab the Arab what? Okay, so Maghreb, also known as the Arab Maghreb. and Northwest Africa. Northwest Africa. Africa, 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 Africa. Okay, so now we need to look up the Royal Niger Company. So why are you calling me a nigga? Royal Niger. That's a Niger. Niger Company. It's so cool how the Roman civic calendar took up most of the page, and now I thought I was going to be going on to the next page. It seems like we're going to have one page. I'm not going to force it. But I'm going to start the next page because I want to write down those calendars that I seen when we was taking the first set of notes. North America. What am I looking at? Royal Niger Company. Royal Niger Company. 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 Oh. The Royal Niger Company, RNC, was a British mercantile company that operated in West Africa from 1886 to 1899. The company was chartered by the British government to exploit the economic potential of the Niger River and its surrounding areas. 1886 by George Tubman Goldie. Ouch. Don't do that, babe. Don't do that. RNC founded 1886 by, you know how to spell George? You know how to spell George? Taubman Goldie, Goldie. The company was originally called the United African Company. United African Company? Made by British people? That's just like how our government is kind of run by English, Irish people too. If they never colonized America, we'd still all be dark. All these different shades of brown. Like our Mexican friends who right under us. Okay. Anyways, United African Company. 1879. And then the National. Oh, because they wanted to disguise themselves. African. Because I can only bet the same people owned it. Same people or the same family or same corporation. Just like Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works work under, it's the same company. Denny's and IHOP is the same company. The RNC, the Niger Delta, and the countries along the Niger. They did what? They administered the Niger Delta and the countries along the Niger. And no, we're writing Niger River. No, Niger, Niger, and Benue rivers. Hello, Ubuntu Flights. Now, do you know how important it is to build trust? Oh, no, don't shut up, don't shut up. Rivers. The RNC encouraged the cultivation of export products like palm oil. RNC impose tariffs. I actually was thinking about that word just a little bit earlier when we was writing something else. Foreign companies to native trade and goods were imported to end of operations, transferred to British government. December 31st, 1899. RC ceased operation. Operations January 1st, 1900. Significance and role in the economic imperialism of sub-Saharan Africa. INC activities directly facilitated the colonization of present-day Nigeria. All right, so these are last two. RNC played significant role in economic imperialism of sub-Saharan Africa, and RNC activity. We're gonna write that whole thing. Activities directly facilitated the colonization. I hope y'all was hearing me. Present day Nigeria. So when was it named Nigeria? When did Nigeria? Okay, first I think that's important to, put like Nigeria Independence Day. Is 10/01/1960. That's crazy. They was coming after everything black. When did Nigeria get its name? Okay, that's when they got their name too. On their Independence Day. So basically, them getting independence from Nigeria, they just named them after a British company. That the British company also named their company after the river that is in Nigeria. The British Empire ruled Nigeria from mid-1800s until 1960. Exactly. So they still enslaved too, like mentally, just like us. Okay, what's important? British Empire ruled Nigeria from mid 1800s. I don't know what the fuck that is. There ain't no 1800. 1800s to until 1960. My hands getting tired. My writing getting sloppy. And other people need to be able to read this just in case I ever die. The British annexed Lagos in 1961 and established the Oil River. British journalist Flora Shaw coined the name Nigeria. Remember I told y'all that man taught me that? British, before Shaw's name, the British journalist, this bitch is crazy, founder that he was teaching me about, British journalist. I can't even write. Flora Shaw. Then who the fuck is Fauna? Because you had to know they got that from her. One thing about putting them dots together is I'm going to do it, and I don't got all day. The name. Yeah, y'all, I'm about to have to stop because my writing getting sloppy. Name. It's like just pick it up, pick the pencil up. The name in 1897. Is that what we talking about? Before Shaw's name, other names proposed for Nigeria included like Central Sudan, Niger Empire, and Niger Sudan. Nigeria's independence was a historic milestone in the fight for freedom, autonomy, and sovereignty. So basically, okay, the name in 1897, I was about to say. So they got their independence in 1960 and they kept their name. The name Nigeria derives from the Niger River running through the country. Its name was coined January 8th, 1987 by the British journalist Flora Shaw. The neighboring Republic of Niger takes its name from the same river. There we go. I love stuff like that. I like to reach little milestones. Alright, so now we're about to go back and jot some stuff down that we gotta learn for next lesson. I ain't really expecting to be able to calendars worldwide. That's what we're gonna get into. Woo! Shit. One Gregorian calendar. Now I need to write with something darker than that because I'm not gonna be able to see. No need to do that. That's why I keep losing all my lead. Do they even sell lead pencils in the dollar store anymore? I don't know. I don't really look for that in the dollar store. I do go to the dollar store. It's like one of my favorite stores. But I don't look for pencils in the dollar store. I'm more so like paint, canvases, stuff like that. Okay, so number 1 was the Gregorian calendar. Number 2 is the Julian calendar. So we're probably going to be going over calendars next lesson. Hindu calendar is number 3. Four is the Buddhist calendar. This is so cute. Everybody made sure they took their time to get their part. Buddhist calendar. That's why everything is really, really about perspective. Number 5 is the Islamic calendar. Number 6 is the Jewish calendar. Number 7 is the Persian calendar. Number 8 is the Chinese calendar. Go ahead. We coming up on Chinese New Year right now. Kate said it's January 29th. Chinese calendar. Number 9 is, this one gotta be some bah. I don't know this part how they say that shit. Calendar. Number 10 is the Tamil calendar. Yo, these people got control issues. Number 11 is the Coptic calendar, because they changing it just because they just want to see something different for real. And that's what Trump is kind of showing us right now. Like, by changing all these stuff and these laws and not going by based off certain things, he kind of trying to show us that, like, stuff can just be based off the needs of a very powerful person, and they just won't change it. Number 12, and you really think the military will listen to Biden? No. Ethiopian calendar. I just doubt it. Like, why the fuck would they do that? But I mean, who listens to anything or anybody, honestly? 13 is the revised Julian calendar. And my favorite that I've never seen for last, but after revised Julian calendar. And yes, number 14 is my favorite calendar to talk about. The Mayan calendar. This little rabbit hole is cute because this comes it seems like it's meant to, once I'm done with this, it's gonna prove every prediction that I've ever made, right? Or slightly off. Not wrong, just slightly off. Yeah, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed Esenje and the Rabbit Hole episode 3. For those of y'all who may have hoped that it would be longer like some of the other days, I'm sorry that it's not. I just wanted to make sure I was putting my best foot forward, and I got in this video because I didn't realize taking it off the charger laptop was going to die. So yeah, like my video. See y'all next time. See y'all in the morning. Bye.